A live look at Washington, D.C., courtesy of EarthCam here, the Capitol building. Senate Republicans will hold a press conference on America's crime surge. That's later today. Republican Senator from Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn, will be leading that, and she joins us now. Senator, good to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Good to see you. Thank you.
We'll jump right into it. What prompted this press conference?
We have been watching the crime issue as it has exploded. When you look at the increase in crime in our nation's cities over the past year, and of course, Memphis has seen a rise in this crime. And so Senator Hagerty and I have worked together. We have worked with the leadership team in Memphis. We are bringing attention to the issue. We have legislation that we will roll out today. We have a letter that is going to the president of things they could do today to really address this issue of crime in our nation and help to make these communities safe. You know, when I am in Tennessee, people talk about inflation, the open border, drugs in the streets, crime, and parental rights. And those are truly the top issues. And people will say, look, this push by the Democrats to defund the police, to say we have to be compassionate with criminals, means that there is not a push to fully fund and give the resources police need to do their job. And there is no compassion for victims that are many times shown in these instances. And as I talk to citizens, they are saying, it is time for us to get crime under control and give law enforcement what they need to do their job.
Yeah, we were showing earlier the case of Eliza Fletcher, obviously the live streamed shooting spree, if you will, according to Memphis authorities, amongst other things. I lived in Shelby County and for a couple of years a while back, and I know Memphis can be a dangerous place. Really quick, before I move to the next subject, you mentioned legislation. I know you're going to have the conference today. Is there anything that you can give me at this time? What would be in this legislation?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I have is a GAO study on rape kits and the processing of these kits. We have worked hard to make the kits available. What we are finding is that they are slowly processed, sometimes taking between 30 and 50 weeks to process some of these kits after a violent sexual assault. That is unacceptable, so we're going to have a GAO study on that. We're also looking at grants for law enforcement, more resources for law enforcement for fighting some of these drug cases, fentanyl, that get into the hands of gangs and cause additional problems in the cities.
Thank you for that. I'll move on to this next topic, something you and I have talked about on this show before, and your concerns with China buying up land. National Security Council Coordinator John Kirby was asked about China buying U.S. real estate, and in some cases, as you've mentioned, farms around military installations. I'll play this for you, how Kirby responded. Here's that.
I think the question of home ownership is a little bit out of my swim lane, but
national security issue, particularly when it comes to around military installations.
What I will tell you is that the president has been nothing but clear about our concerns about Chinese unfair trade practices and economic practices.
About trade.
I understand that, ma'am, but
buying up land around military installations.
Yeah, I'm probably not the right person to ask about home ownership here in the United States.
Just final thoughts on that, calling it home ownership. Is this a bigger concern than that?
Oh, goodness, yes. I mean, he was like deer in the headlights, don't ask me that question. And his answer to that was completely inappropriate. This administration could block this today. Indeed, I had an amendment on the floor to this last spending bill that would have blocked this. And every Democrat voted against my amendment, which is allowing the Chinese Communist Party to continue to practice this, purchasing land, getting grants from our U.S. Department of Agriculture, using U.S. taxpayer money. And of course, always, the farms that they want are in close proximity to some of our critical infrastructure or our military installations.
All right, we'll leave it right there. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn joining us live on National Report. Senator, thank you.